Good afternoon, my people. Thank you for coming back to another Tony Montana video. This video is going to be for anyone that is looking to buy or has an American People Terrier puppy and would like some advice on either. Let me clean this up first. Give me a second. All right, much better. This is a video for people that are looking to get some advice on either getting a pit bull and then what to do after they get the American People Terrier puppy. Let's start with the first advice: find a reputable breeder. What is a reputable breeder? Reputable breeder. Come on, move out of here. Is a person basically that it's people will recommend you, not them individually, not them promoting themselves up the wazoo everywhere in all the social media platforms. That's not a reputable breeder. A reputable breeder is a person or an entity that sells dogs that has a following, not fake following, not made up following. Don't get confused with people buying subscribers or followers in Facebook and YouTube. That's a freaking a very common trick that a lot of people do. You have to pay attention to the how many people are watching and commenting on this video. For example, if they're in a YouTube channel, if they have most of them reputable, they won't have a channel because their dogs buy them sell themselves. They don't have to be on YouTube making videos daily telling you that they're the best. Okay, so you first thing when you're looking for American People Terriers, a good breeder, and find out who recommends them. Okay, and also what type of information can you find about them? Where can you find them? Online, in American People Terrier groups like on Facebook or on the internet. There's plenty of websites that are the American People Terrier owners congregate, and these are individuals that have maybe from zero experience to 20 years, 30 years into the dogs. Most of the people that are not into anything good with the American People Terrier, they don't bother getting to these forums because they're not there. They're not into it because of the passion for the breed. They're into it for either for the thrills, for the money, whatever, but not really for the dog. So they're not really going to be in groups and forums unless they're like trolls. Unless they want to be, ego, and they just want to, you don't know shit, yeah. But this is a good place for you to find out if the breeder you found has, again, good recommendations, has a good feeling from these individuals, from a stack of individuals, groups of individuals. Okay. Now, if the breeder boasts of marriage or of titles and this and that, ask them where can you validate these claims. It's a lot easy for, especially in the American People Terrier community, to start boasting about this and that because people are pretty quiet. They're not going to out you if you're saying, hey, you got 45 grand champions, 55 champions, BIS, GIS, RRMs. They just already know you. Or that's just sales tactics. He's just talking. Find out if you're going to be spending not $100, you're going to be spending thousands of dollars. If you include the shipping, thousands of dollars. Don't just take what a person is telling you as the truth. Do your research. Okay? Find out where you validate those claims that this individual, this entity, is saying they have it. Or obviously, if they have talk about champions and grand champions, there has to be an organization that grants these titles, because when the titles were obviously meant something, it had to go through a critique from an organization. There have to be individuals that were recognized as officials that would authorize the events and then confirm the title. Now, if if a lot of times when you get to this point, they're probably going to block you. They're going to block you from information, and they're going to insult you. And then you did the right thing. A lot of these individuals, when they they don't want to answer you, or they insult you, they call you this and that, is because that's it. That they know that you're not going to buy anything from them, and then they become what they truly are, ghetto people. Anyway, so do not take the word from this individual, or entity, as the truth. He's selling a product. He's selling dogs. So most puppy peddlers or dog or sellers will be telling you whatever needs to be said for you to buy their dogs at the price they want you to buy them. Don't be naive. Don't be naive. Don't take if the only person, the only entity that's saying they're the best is them, flags. That should be your main flag. If you see that they have so many followers and really not many people are watching their videos, not many people are liking it, or worse, they're hiding the likes and dislikes from their videos so you don't see the true feeling of the Pitbull community when they publish these videos. So just be careful. Find a reputable breeder. Do your due diligence, and that way you'll be able to find an American Pitbull Terrier that is what you're looking for and not what they're selling you. Okay? Now once you find a reputable breeder, the next advice I have is find out about breed specific legislation in your area. Many places bans the American Pitbull Terrier. It's illegal to own them. They think that they're vicious and this and that, and kill kids, and they eat people, whatever. All these craziness that people tell you. This is obviously not the truth, but you need to find out. You don't want to find out and then realize, I have to give them away, or I have to sell them because I can't have them in my city or my town. Or maybe your insurance company. No, come on, look at this. Give me that. So anyway, the insurance company of your house, if you're living in the house, might have a stipulation, or might make you cancel insurance. They might cancel your insurance or home insurance because of this breed. So you do need to do your due diligence before you buy an American Pitbull Terrier. Now, you went through that. Now you have a puppy in the house. Yay! What to do next? Well, first and foremost, vaccination and warming should be one of your priorities. Yes, most breeders will tell you, yes, I vaccinated them, or yes, I went through X number of rounds of vaccination and deworming. But things could happen in transit. First, it could be, maybe you didn't get a reputable breeder, and they just told you yes, but they didn't really do everything they said. And so you should just vaccinate the animal, vaccinate the puppy once you receive it, warm the puppy once you get them, just to make sure that it is in the best health possible. Okay? Now, once you've done that, you also have to train the puppy. Train them, not crazy training, but there has to be a level of training where, hold on a second. Where, for example, potty training, teaching them when and where to go to use the bathroom, how to walk on a leash, get them used to a collar, get them used to their names to come. There's so much things that you need to train them with, and obviously what is okay and not okay to chew in the house. But I take care of that. I'll mention that later. But again, you do need to train them, and that will definitely help the bonding. because they will follow you. It's part of the them looking for guidance on what to do in a new environment, and you take the role of the of parent, that mom would teach them what to do, what not to do, what to eat, what to eat. That's just part of the nature of a puppy. Now, my other advice was have the right equipment. What equipment would it be? Obviously, the bowl, the water bowl, the eating bowl, the collar, the leash, shampoo. If you're gonna create the crate or the cage, so that way you have everything you need. Obviously, this dog breed also needs braking sticks. You need braking sticks also, because even though you're not going to use them, probably more likely as a puppy, eventually this breed is animal aggressive. This breed is dog aggressive. So if they encounter another dog outside, you need to have two braking sticks for that to happen. But again, that will be later on, but might be needed sooner than you think. Okay? So you need to have all those equipments for you to have a good, everything you need for the dog. Now, also, you also have to identify the best food for your dog. Obviously, you do get recommendation from people and try it out. One may not be the best one, even though it's a good quality food. Again, don't go by the pretty bag. Don't go by the premium or whatever, supreme and whatever words that sound like, it sounds like a pretty good. No. Your first place to look at is the ingredient list. You need to look at the ingredient list and I think I have a video that breaks down the ingredient list. So I'm not going to go into it. You can you do a search on my video list for like ingredients, kibble, something like that breaks down that it's important to look at the ingredient list first, and the nutritional value percentages. It's kind of like it's just telling you what percentage is in the food, but the ingredient list is the most important. All right. Now, next advice would be exercise daily or as close as possible to daily. Twice a day, twice a week, 3 times a week. Be okay. Again, depending on what type of dog or type of puppy you have. Like I have dogs that are, since very young, they're very much of pullers. I don't dissuade them from pulling. I'm okay with it. I used to leash train them to walk next to me, but I don't do that anymore. I let them pull because I want them to exercise themselves, and they have that yearning for the pulling, so I allow them to do that. So you definitely have to allow them to exercise, see what they enjoy when they're walking. Some of them like to fetch, some of them like a bowl if you send, but again, always tie long ropes, or perhaps running, or anything that maybe flirt pole, anything that you find the dog enjoys, you should be able to do it. Again, don't overdo it. It's a puppy, and again, if this is a good American Pitbull Terrier, sometimes they'll overdo it. Okay, so don't do that. Okay, be again the guide to the animal and say, okay, I think this is enough for today. Next time we'll do a little bit more, and that way, and you'll have a healthy animal. Okay, now never leave a pup with other dogs. Don't leave your puppy and go out and say, oh, he's a puppy, he's gonna be okay with my other dogs. You gotta be careful. This is an American Pitbull Terrier that might show aggression more than normal when there's no human to be in the middle, to be the neutralizer or the balancing aspect of the pack. And maybe perhaps the grown dog is not going to tolerate that, and boom, it doesn't take much to kill a puppy, and you don't want that. And obviously, when they're grown, you definitely don't want to do that, because then the American Pitbull Terrier will be the one that probably ends up killing your other dog. So never leave an American Pitbull Terrier alone in the house with other animals. And just be careful also with kids, if they're not kids that they know, because a lot of the and this goes to the No, next advice is socializing with people. Socialize your puppies with as many people as possible, and include children. Children have the tendency of making making sounds that sound like prey animal when they're hurt, or in some sort of stress. Many children sound like that when they're running around playing with each other. Really high pitched sounds that might wake that hunting, that the predator instinct inside the animal, and again may not recognize that entity as a child. So it is very important to socialize them with children. Okay. All right. So always, again, when you're walking a dog, always on a leash. No matter how good they behave, no matter how good they are, no matter they're a puppy. You might see them as puppy, but then all of a sudden, boom, that predator instinct will wake them up. They see something, some sort of shadow moving below the under the a car, for example, if you live in the city, and boom, it might be just a car on the other side of that car just passing by, but they might be a cat underneath there. That might just trigger it, and forget about it. That then you might get a hurt puppy or dog, or the dog might run into the street and get run over. Always on a leash, and it's the law. So always do that, okay? Now, this is very important. The next one is prepare your house for the coming of a puppy, for coming of a dog. Now, these dogs, as you can see here, do have different type of toys, different type of things. Even I try to teach them not to do that. You see here and here. I don't care as much, but I train them train them not to do that. But you have to also be careful with wires, electric wires, like connections like that, or anything they expose. You gotta be careful because they're gonna chew through them and electrocute themselves. So you have to be careful you don't find yourself with a burnt, or killed dead puppy because you left a lamp with the cord right there. Don't do it. I personally, when I find that it's like the puppies are insisting in chewing a certain place, I grab something. I have a super hot sauce that I bought from a hot sauce shop. That is like literally like if you see Looney Tunes, they put a little drop and you see a little mushroom cloud. That's how hot that thing is. I mix that with the Chinese hot sauce to make it more, and I smear it on things that I don't want them to chew on. And that would include the crate, because sometimes they'll chew to get out just from boredom. They might chew on it while you're not there. So you do that. You rub the places that they will, chew on. And I think I have a video on that, so that you don't, they stop it. Including furniture, you put it wherever they've done it. If they're chewing on the tip of like a corner of the door, do put it there as well. So that way they stop doing it and they will grow out of it. Okay. Now. Oh, and also don't forget the socks. Don't forget the socks. Do not leave socks or little clothes around, because they're going to be part of the toys they going to view as, or they're going to view as that sock or that thing as a toy, and they might even eat it. You don't want to go to the vet to have socks to pull out of your dog. Okay. Now, bathe them regularly. Bathing them regularly will help them, get used to the process of being put in wherever you're gonna put them in. Putting water on top of it, shampoo on top of it. If you don't do it early, you're going to have a big problem when they grow up, because they're going to be trying to run away from that. You have to be fighting them for them to not run away from the water. So if you train them from the beginning, they're not going to get as stressed from the environment of getting wet and shampooed and whatnot. Okay. Oh, excuse me. Now, the next one will be dental hygiene. Again, that would be an easy one if you have things that the dogs, different type of things, nylon, bones, that the puppy can chew on through its growing process. That will help them, keep those clean teeth. Right? Don't Usually I don't. Some people say, "Oh, you brush him, brush the dog's teeth." I feed them raw, and I give them bones as for entertainment. So they keep their teeth pretty clean. Okay, so that is what, and this is the last one. This is the last advice because I see it's already 20 minutes. Be the alpha. Learn to be the alpha of the pack. Even if that's the only dog you have, learn that to show him that you're the guy, you're it. And doesn't mean that you have to punish him. Doesn't mean that you have to be mean. Doesn't mean that It starts with the puppy seeing you as security. You are protection. You are where the puppy goes when it's stressed out or it needs to be protected. If the puppy does that, you are on your way of becoming the alpha in that relationship. You might feel that, oh no, my dog is a punk. He goes behind me. He's still a puppy. But so him going behind you because of something happened, you have to understand. Maybe the dog doesn't know what's going on, so he's like, hold on, let me go behind my protection while I figure things out. Don't think it's my dog is a punk. That's a good thing. It's not the best thing because obviously, but that's a different story. But it's not at all a bad thing. It's okay if the puppy is so brave that it goes against anything, any size. But if you have to understand, there's still puppies, and some puppies will grow up to be fearless, but they start with uncertain of the world. Okay, so being alpha doesn't mean to be a bully or rough or anything. It's being a good guide, being a protector, a person, a provider of things, and definitely a provider of love, nourishing, much love. Allow them to lick you. I was telling people that licking you, it actually helps them calm down. Them licking you helps them love you more and be more open to your direction. Okay? Anyway, this is Tony Montana. I hope you enjoyed this video. Do like if you liked it. Do comment if you want. I always forget to say those things. And I appreciate you if you came all the way this way to listen to this video. Thank you. Until next time.